Have you been thinking about making the move to Surprise, Arizona, and you want to see some beautiful homes in the Paloma Creek community here? Some of you guys requested a tour of this community. This is my first time out here and I'm actually stunned. It is seriously so beautiful, but we're gonna start off on the small end and go up from there. We have 5 floor plans to view today, but they have over 14 floor plans, so you will be able to find something that you like here. This is gonna be a Meritage Builder, which is some of the top tier building that you can get. They have the most energy efficient homes, in my opinion. I'm gonna show you guys some of the features that make it so energy efficient as we tour through these properties, but let's go ahead and get started on the first one. And like I said, it's gonna be smallest to biggest, and oh my gosh, the community center, you guys are gonna die, but let's get started. Okay, starting out here on the front, this is the Enzo floor plan. It's 1,346 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath, 2 car garage. So it is one of their smaller floor plans here, but you guys are gonna be super happy about the pricing and the backyard size. So coming in, you have your entryway. This is a Meritage Builder, like I mentioned, so their building style is slightly different. What you see is pretty much what you get versus, let's say, a Taylor Morrison community or something along those lines. Right here on the right-hand side, you have your first bedroom, still really great size bedroom. Here is one of the key factors that keeps their homes super energy efficient. They have spray foam insulation. So you can see right there on that temperature thing, not sure if you can see the actual number, but it says 71 degrees, almost 72. So it keeps the attic extremely energy efficient. Here's kind of their Hearst energy efficiency rating. Not sure if this means anything to anyone. It's kind of confusing to me as well. But just know you're gonna save lots of money in a home like this versus, let's say, a resale home or a home that doesn't potentially have spray foam insulation. Coming across here, you have a bathroom. So you have a single sink, toilet, shower tub combo. And then you have another bedroom, good sized bedroom again, not super big, but we're only working with 1,400 square feet. So, you know, got to give somewhere. Here's your laundry room, great size laundry room. And then they make these homes with this expansion joint kind of situation in the ceiling. And basically that'll help with settlement cracks in your properties. So that's always nice. Here is going to be your 2-car garage. And then we have our living and kitchen space. So here on the right-hand side, you have your kitchen. Still an amazing size kitchen. That fridge is just pushed out a little bit. It looks like they were doing a little work on it, but so it's gonna be normal and look even bigger if you come in person. This is a gas community, so that's awesome. All of these appliances that you see come with the property. All of the properties also come with blinds. So regardless of which one you pick, they will come with washer, dryer, fridge, blinds, stove, all of that stuff. Coming down here, you have your primary bedroom. So really still an amazing size primary bedroom. And then you have your bathroom, double sinks, closet, and your shower and your toilet. And I want to show you guys the backyard too. So for the backyard, they're all going to have very similar lot sizes, but this is plenty of space to do literally whatever you need to do here. It's great. So let's head to the next one and let's also talk about pricing. Backyard is only going to come with dirt. If you guys are not new to my channel, then you know, you'll already know that. But I want to talk about the community center as well. So for the community center, the HOA here is $120 a month, and I'm going to pop up some videos of the actual community center itself. It's seriously so pretty. For $120 a month with all these amenities, it's actually kind of insane. So you have your pool, you have a splash pad, you have cornhole, you have a playground, you have a barbecue setup, you have what else? Pickleball. I have them all written down, but I'll pop them up on the screen because I have like 20 things in my hands because I decided to wear a dress that doesn't have pockets. My mistake. So anyways, let's head to this next one. It's called the Sierra. It is right around 1,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. So starting from the front, super cute exterior. We have a lot of deals on these properties too 4.99s, and some of them have, a lot of them actually have a 3-2-1 buy down starting at 1.99, which is crazy. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can flex that money and what that will look like for you. On the right hand side we have, or left hand side of the door, first bedroom, good sized bedroom. The halls are going to be a little bit skinnier, but for the price, you guys will have to tell me if it actually makes sense. Here's your bathroom, double sinks, you got your shower tub combo. Here is your next bedroom, not super big again, but for the price, guys. Coming on the right hand side, 2-car garage. Here is your third bedroom. Plenty of space for a queen size bed, but you're kind of, you know, tight on if you wanted to add a dresser or anything like that. Here is your laundry room. Like I said, washer and dryer comes with it. Coming down here, we have some closet space, coat closet, I say utility closet. Coming in here, you have your living room, so a little bit of a tight living room. And then you have your beautiful big kitchen still, gas community, walk-in pantry. All of that stuff comes standard with it. Let's go ahead and check out the backyard so you can see the lot size on this one. I believe these ones have the same lot size, but I can tell you guys exactly those numbers. Possibly actually that other one is a little bit smaller. But let's check out the primary bedroom. So you can see all the houses so far have looked pretty similar. They have, I think, about 6 different packages to pick from, depending on what you're looking for on the inside. So say you don't like the white cabinets, they probably have an option for brown cabinets. Say you don't like this countertop, they probably have an option for a more upgraded countertop. Things along those lines. Really just picking your floor plan will be the first biggest decision. Headed into your primary bedroom. Great size primary bedroom, not skimping on size here at all. Then you have your bathroom, walk-in shower, double sinks again. Then you have your restroom and a closet. A decent sized closet. I don't think they maximize the storage as much as you could, right? So you could add an additional shelf here, maybe an additional shelf there for some like shoes or shirts or, you know, jackets, things that you're not going to use as often. So the previous floor plan that we were at is called the Enzo, and that one, everything included, not saying it's a starting price, like this is the price depending on which package you get. So let's say the white package right here is going to be maybe a little bit more expensive than their more standard package, but regardless, you can buy that exact home for $395. That's crazy, especially when you guys see this community center. It's seriously so nice. So then let's see, those ones have 4,200 square foot lots. The Sierra, which is the one that we're in right now, also has 4,200 square foot lots. And they're starting, you have one for $390, you have one for $395. So if you want 4 bedrooms, even though they're a little bit smaller, this would be a good floor plan. If you don't want as small of bedrooms, I feel like the Enzo is a little bit bigger bedrooms, but smaller floor plan overall, if that makes sense. So let's head to the next property. Like I said, we have 5 homes to see today that they've modeled, but they have over 14 floor plans. Like that's a lot of house. So you're gonna have a really great idea about this Paloma Creek community by the end of this tour. Okay, we're at the next floor plan, which is gonna be the Mason, 1,832 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, and they have one for $445 and one for $440. I think they have the exact same package as this one. So when we walk through, you guys can kind of get a feel of what is actually available. This is a pretty popular floor plan. I actually have a client, Brian and Julie, who found me on YouTube. Not sure if they still watch these videos since they already live here, but they bought this floor plan in a Meritage community, not this one, but one a little bit closer to Goodyear area. And they love it. So coming in here, you have a nice wide space. This is going to be a bump up from the previous 2 homes. Those were part of their smaller series. So now we're in a little bit bigger of a level On the right-hand side, we have our first bedroom. Great size bedroom. I could definitely already tell that these bedrooms are a little bit bigger. Here's your bathroom. So you have your double sink, toilet, shower tub combo. And again, executive height cabinets, cultured marble. The doors are definitely smaller, right? So they don't have the 7, 8, this is probably 6 feet, I would guess. So 7, 8, 9 foot doors, you know, that's great, but trying to stay under that $450 price point and getting those items that's gonna be a little bit difficult. So garage, here's your third bedroom, all really great sizes. This is probably a full if I was gonna guess, and then they have a desk and a little nightstand, so that kind of gives you an idea of the sizing. Closet, again, coat closet, not necessary here. Here is your laundry room, washer, dryer. This one's pre-plumbed for a sink if you wanted to add it. And then that's gonna be like all your Wi-Fi and Connect stuff. All of the new homes have this kind of setup usually. And then look at all this storage space. So towels, anything linen related or really anything. This would be like my junk, sounds so bad. Like this video if this would be your junk space naturally, because that's just the type of people that we are. Coming down here in the living room, you have your living space. So this is a big sectional. It has to be a little bit, you know, of a different layout because they have the long side along this wall and the short side against this wall versus maybe you would do it. I've seen some people do their couch here, TV along this way, whatever makes sense for you guys. But point being, you can fit a good size sectional in here. Dining space, great size dining space. And then you have this beautiful kitchen. All of these pendant lights come with the packages as well. All of these pre-wires. The ceiling fans, I don't believe come with the property, but it'll be a pre-wire for the ceiling fan where you don't have to pay for that. Coming down here, we have our primary bedroom. Good sized primary bedroom, plenty of space for a king. They have a chair, dresser, some nice nightstands on the side. And then you have your bathroom. I've seen some people do a bench here. I've seen some people do like a makeup vanity, whatever makes sense for you guys. Double sinks, closet. Again, I would say great size closet, but maximize that storage by adding some additional shelving up top. Here's your walk-in shower. And then there is your toilet. And then we can go ahead and check out the backyard on this one. This home has a similar lot size. You're just going to be, if anything, I think it might have a bigger lot size. You're just having a bigger house, so it's slightly differently laid out. But listen, you could easily put a pool back here without any issues. You guys could do something simple with the landscaping, or again, like I said, you could do the pool. So I had a client put in a pool on their new build recentishly, and that was about 60,000. So they did the, you know, the decking, the pool. I don't know if they did any fountains or anything like that. And then they did some additional landscaping. I'm not sure if that was included in this price or not, but they did tell me they spent right around 60,000 for their pool, and it was a good sized pool. It wasn't like a mini pool or anything like that. So if you're looking for information on the pool stuff, I can definitely give you guys some contact information to get a couple different quotes from a couple different places. And if you wanted to do something with the landscaping in regards to not a pool, but maybe like some turf, I would say you could do a decent size amount of turf in that backyard for probably under 4,000. That would be my guess. So this one was called the Mason. Like I said, that's but they have two available for 440, and they have another one available for 445. Their lots are 5,175. So I have this little cheat sheet here. The two first floor plans that we walked through, their lot sizes are 4,200, but the homes are a little bit smaller. So you're going to get essentially a bigger backyard with that. The next collection is called the Estates. Those are 5,175 square feet. One of those floor plans being the Mason. And then the last house that we're gonna go to has a huge lot, 6,000 square feet lot, not the last one. there's 4 series here. So the reserves is a 6,000 square foot lot, and then the last one that we're gonna go to is an 8,000 square foot lot, all ranging in different pricing, right? So you have homes that are, the lowest one here is 390, and that's the Sierra, which was the second floor plan. And then the biggest homes that they have here, at least on this list, she is like, if I printed out every single floor plan and every single price, you'd be here forever. So the ones that she has given me today, let's say that. If you have questions about if they have something that works with your specific situation, your size and all of that stuff, I'm sure they do with 14 floor plans. But that one, the Bailey, is going to be right around 600. So it looks like that is going to be one of their more expensive ones. So you guys will see that here towards the end of the video. But let's head to the next place. Okay, we're at the second to the last house. This one is going to range between 500 to 515, 2,400 square feet, 5 bed, 3 bath, 2 car garage. And you guys will see as we're walking through, I'm gonna point out some of the things that are slightly different on this one compared to the lower series that we were walking before. Okay, so here is your exterior. Very similar to the rest of the homes that we've seen today. They have slightly different packages, right? So this one, how you see the stone on the side, that's gonna be probably a package C, versus this one has a more simple exterior, like your typical, maybe slightly different. Let's say this one might be a B, and then the one next to it might be an A, but they all have slightly different exteriors, different colors, things along those lines. And these are all spec homes, so you cannot change anything about them. And they're all typically anywhere between one, like month, so let's say 30 days, to 60 days. Sometimes they have them slightly further out, like this next floor plan that we're gonna walk has it a slightly further out because they haven't started that series yet. But here's your 2-car garage. Here is your first bedroom, walk-in closet, one of the upgrades. It feels like to me taller ceilings. It feels like to me definitely taller doorways compared to the other ones. On the left-hand side of the door, we have another bedroom. So this is our second bedroom. This is by far the biggest guest bedroom we've seen. That's like the size of the primaries on the other one. Double sinks, toilet, tons of storage right here for linens, and then tub shower combo. Headed down the hall again. On the left-hand side here, we have our third bedroom now. Pretty decent size. I would say it's one of the bigger ones. And then we have now our fourth bedroom. Again, this is easily a queen, has a little desk, a nightstand, plenty of space. So this is what it will look like if you when they don't have the ceiling fans already placed. It's just a light, let me see, that light. And if you take that cap off, it'll have the pre-wire for a ceiling fan if you decide to add one, but you don't have to. Coming back down to the hall. On the right-hand side, we have our laundry room. Similar setup, nothing too crazy here. Coming back down again, we have a closet. And then we have our dining, living, and kitchen. So really, really good sized kitchen. If you guys need more space, this would be a perfect example. And if you could do the 515, obviously, but you have tons of space for a big kitchen. Big kitchens are important to me. I know that not for everybody, but if you do any entertaining, have a large family, I mean, this house does have 5 bedrooms, so you're probably going to need to feed a lot of people, most likely, or you just like to have a lot of space, which I respect that as well. This would be a perfect kitchen for anyone. And then you have your living space, slightly smaller of a living space, but again, this is a nice big sectional. You could do a bigger sectional if you wanted. And then they have another chair here, so you have plenty of space to sit. Gas appliances, you see all the stainless steel. I like that they keep the homes affordable, but they don't skimp on some of these upgrades, right? Like this is one of the things that like, okay, you could upgrade that if you wanted to in the future. Like let's say you don't like these because they're not the most expensive looking handles. You definitely can, that's an easy fix. But doing a new stainless steel farmhouse sink, that's not really something that you can necessarily do without getting new countertops, ripping out cabinets, and doing all of those things, right? So that's something that I like. Here's the backyard on this one. This one's a bigger house, so smaller backyard, but definitely fits a pool, no problem. Or you could do something like this with the turf. The turf and the outline would be right around $4,000. If you wanted to add rock, plants, things along those lines, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. But let's head to the primary bedroom now. Great size primary. All the primaries have been really good, even on the smaller floor plans. And then you have shower, tub. This is the first house we've seen with a tub. Double sinks, toilet, and then your closet. Finally, they stacked these two, which was what I was trying to say in the other ones. That is perfect. So if you have longer dresses, pantsuits, whatever, and then you could do your shirts, jackets, and things along those lines up there. Okay, now let's head to the next property. This one's gonna be by far the biggest, and it is their most luxurious product. So I'm excited for you guys to see it and tell me what you think about it. There's definitely going to be some differences in it, and I think that the cobblestone driveway is the first thing that I've noticed because all the other driveways don't have the cobblestone. This one does. So I'm going to say that that series does have that. This next one that we're going to go through is going to be on an October-November timeline. So if you've been thinking, I want to make the move to Arizona, it's not going to be necessarily like right now, but October, November sounds about right. Message me because it would be a really great time to start talking about your options when it comes to that. When it comes to any of these properties or any of the communities in all of Arizona, if you have questions, my number and email are popping up. I would love to help you out. Getting connected with me now that we're in April, which is just crazy. If your kids are getting out of school May and you're thinking June, July, please, please, please reach out to me now so we can get all of our ducks in a row and you guys can have the best plan in place so that way you're not super stressed out trying to, sell, buy, move your kids, do this, do that. It'll make your life a lot easier if we get ahead of it now. So definitely message me and we can chat on a game plan for you guys. There's so many beautiful communities. Like, I can't keep up. I've never been to this one. This is near Asante. So you guys know I've made plenty of videos about this area. I just haven't been to this specific community because they literally pop up every single day. It seems like there's a new one, but I'm super glad that one of you guys suggested it. And now we're here because I'm actually really impressed. And I went to a Meritage community last video as well. And I really liked that one too. I don't know, it's probably just because it has a pickleball court that I'm really impressed by it. But anyways, let's go to the next property. Okay, we've saved the best for last, and this big boy right here is going to be the nicest out of all of the houses that we've probably seen. It's definitely in the nicest collection. If you're interested in something like this, they are going to have more options coming up as well. But this is going to be right around 600, maybe 560, somewhere in there. They don't have exact pricing for it yet because they're not quite complete yet. But so first thing off the bat that I noticed, like I mentioned before, this one has a cobblestone driveway. The other ones, yes, it has the cobblestone path, but they take that out once the new homes are complete. But the driveways themselves are going to be just your standard stone. This one is 2,552 square feet, 5 beds, 3 baths, 3-car garage, versus the other ones we have seen only have 2 cars. So, right when you walk in, nice big entry space, which I don't think, maybe 1 or 2 of them had it, like the last 2 that we've walked through, they had a little bit of a bigger entry. On the left-hand side, we have bedroom 1 with walk-in closet, decent size, not too big. Bedroom 2, a little bit bigger with a walk-in closet as well. Head across here. We have our double sinks, toilet, shower tub combo, still has the executive height cabinet. Another thing, you can notice that the flooring has been upgraded in this one compared to the other ones. Here is our, whoa, this keeps going. This is our 3rd bedroom with a walk-in closet as well. Back into the hall. And then on the right-hand side here, we have laundry room, All of the laundry rooms have been really similar sizing. 3-car garage, they're probably locked. Yeah, so it's a 3-car tandem is what I'm guessing because I did not see another car spot. Here is a linen closet. Here's bath, full bath number 2, shower tub combo, single sink, and then another closet. Got to pay attention to storage in these big homes. And then here we are at our 4th bedroom with a walk-in closet. So that's something that's very common in like more, you know, higher scale properties and just more expensive in general. You're going to see that they all have walk-in closets typically. Here we are in our living room, dining, and kitchen. This, tell me if you guys can tell the difference. I feel like this floor plan is more, you know, luxurious for sure, without it being too crazy. I feel like if it ends up being around $560, $600 for this size of a home, 5 bedrooms with the lot that it has, that's a pretty solid deal. So again, gas, microwave up top, similar setup here. This one has a bigger walk-in pantry, wraps all the way around here. And then this one also has a big 3-door slider, another slider on this side versus the other ones didn't have something like that. And then the lot, like I mentioned, it's right around 8,000 square feet. This one has the nice big like California style covered patio. And then tons and tons of space back here. So this is just an example of what they've done, but you could easily put a pool. It does have a pre-plumb for a gas. I think they all have that. At least I know that the previous 2 floor plans will have that as well. But super, super nice. My favorite thing is the covered patio because the other ones did have smaller covered patios. If you plan to like entertain a lot and be outside, this might be a really good option for you. A couple of the floor plans that I don't think that we went through today was the Leslie. That one, they have 2 available right around $412. They have what's called a Holly. That's under $400,000 at $395. They had a Leslie, which is right around $520, $530. They have a Jubilee. That one's 4 bedrooms and a den with 3 baths. That might be a good option for some of you guys. Those are right around $477 to $493. They also have a Sawyer, $450-ish. That we didn't walk through. They also have an Arlo that we didn't walk through. That one's around $450. I mean, this is my point, is that they have a lot of options here, guys. So if you're interested in this North Surprise area, the community center and all the amenities that it comes with, I mean, $120 for all of that is really, really good. For example, Asante, which is another really popular community here, a master plan community, it is $170 and it has pretty much the same things. Granted, their space and clubhouse and all of that is much bigger, but not everybody cares about that kind of stuff, especially if you're not going to be using it consistently. So did I mention a fitness center? They also have a fitness center, pool, splash pad, cornhole, barbecue, pickleball courts. You can rent out the clubhouse. So when I scanned through that little clubhouse space, it has, you know, the fire pit, it has a little kitchen in it. It's going to have the fitness center in there as well. It's just not built out yet because it is still their sales office. It is going to be able to be rented out or reserved. So that'll be fun for birthday parties, or if you want to have an event or anything like that. Those are always nice, especially if you do decide to do a smaller floor plan. And let's say you want to have like a birthday party and you want more space, that would be perfect. Another thing I want to talk about really quick is going to be the deals here. All of the houses that I've mentioned today are going to have a rate deal. These change very frequently, so keep that in mind. Depends on when you're watching this video, but I would say their Meritage has been really consistent on what they're offering, which is going to be some sort of rate buy down. These ones all have the 3-2-1 buy down, which is going to start at 1.99, 2.99 the second year, 3.99 the third year, 4.99 years 4 through 30. Of course, if by that time you can refi, that's great and dandy. Or you have the option to, instead of doing the 3-2-1 buy down, say you just want to make it easy and, you know, you're going to live in this house for way more than 4 years, so you want to make sure that you have the best rate. They also have the option to just do a flat 4.75% interest rate. You will get closing costs on all of those, so you won't have to worry about covering that either. I mean, these are really great deals, and I would definitely consider buying one. I really am interested in my next house being somewhere where it has amenities. I want pickleball. I want a pool. I want all of these things. This is maybe why I love Verado, because they have all of that stuff too. But I think that's gonna be almost mandatory for my next community. You guys message me down below in the comments. Tell me, do you care about the amenities or you don't care? I love to hear your guys' opinion. I feel like a lot of people moving here, it's hit or miss. Some of them are like, I'm never going to use that. I want a pool in my own backyard, or they want the amenities because they don't want to have to pay for a pool or maintenance on a pool. So let me know down below if you guys have questions about making the move here. I would love, love, love to help you out. My name and number are popping up, as well as my email. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions. I do have a Zoom call that I do with my clients, and basically that goes over the buying process, but more importantly, we talk about cities. It's really, really hard to make the move here without knowing everything that, let's say, I know or a native knows, because I mean, it's just, it would be hard. It would be like me going to California and trying to figure out where I would want to live. It would not be possible. I would definitely need to talk to somebody, because I need to go over all of the things that I like. Is that neighborhood or community going to work for me? Yes or no? Because I don't even want to waste my time researching more. You guys are probably the exact same way, but let me know if you have questions. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.